Who is the most dangerous person you've ever met? I met him years ago when I was taking care of his wife in her final days. She was in pain, but he never left her side. I did what any nurse would do, making her as comfortable as possible. He told me I had done more for her than anyone else, that he owed me. I brushed it off as grief talking. That was 30 years ago. I never thought about it again, until 3 years ago, at a bank. I was standing in line when a little girl behind me tugged on my lanyard, sending my keys crashing to the floor. She started crying, and her father picked her up, whispering to calm her down. Without thinking, I turned and offered to hold her while we waited. Then I heard it. "Why haven't you ever called me?" I turned around, confused. He was staring at me, a smirk on his face, but something else behind his eyes. He said my name, my nickname, one barely anyone knew. I had no idea who he was until he reminded me. The moment clicked, and I suddenly saw the grief-stricken man from all those years ago. He handed me a business card. "If you ever need anything, call me." As he left, the bank teller turned pale. She asked if I knew who he really was. I told her he was just a man whose wife I had cared for. She looked at me like I was insane. The manager came over, whispering that he was the head of the local mafia, not someone you wanted to owe favors to. I still have that card. I've never called the number, but every once in a while I run into him, and he always asks the same thing. "Need anything?" And every time I just shake my head.